All right, we are live on the channel here, guys. All right. Just gonna make sure. Yep, we are live. So, we do have a severe weather threat that is expected today. It looks like the cap took over portions of the Dallas area today. Dallas got taken over. They didn't get it as bad over here. And it looks like this area is where most of the activity is looking to be right now. In this area. Today, if you're wondering, I'm on vacation right now. So I'm in Florida, actually. So you're not going to see an awesome looking stream. You're not going to see a lot of awesomeness in the stream. Because hello Chris, hello KJ, and hello Yankee. I hope the stream looks fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'll actually do it. Actually, no, it's fine. So yeah, the stream doesn't look great. I'll admit that. Nothing I can really do about it. No GR2, no, yeah, just, I can only get radar Omega. Just seeing some severe weather. No, here in Tampa, Florida, there's no severe weather, so. I'm in Tampa, actually, so not the Panhandle where there's a risk of severe weather for tomorrow. I gotta try to make it a little bigger. That's perfect. That's good. Alright. Just trying my best here. To be honest. Now I'm gonna look at it again. So, pull up Omega, and exactly. So yeah, kind of weird. Thinking of Northern, yeah. Kind of weird because I'm using a MacBook, and typically I don't have my main computer, so okay, thanks. I don't have my main computer, so it's not what I can edit. But yeah, we have a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect today. Cap took over this area. It's good over here. Main risk today looks to be for these areas right here around the Memphis region. That's actually where I have a viewer that I think is there today. Remember, I'm not going to be able to go live for a while. We had a tornado. What are you talking about? I did not see any warnings. I do know we have a little bit of rotation here. Looks like it's kind of contaminated, though. Yeah, I don't think that's going to really go warned right now. It's kind of weak. Oh, we had a tornado unwarned? Jeez. All right, 70 miles an hour winds and 1.50 inch hail is expected with this line of storms that's forming. You have a little supercell ahead of it that I'm a little bit concerned about for the Ada areas. It's not maturing enough yet, but we'll see how this thing really starts to shape up. I won't be able to be live for the main part of the event because I will be going to bed for the main part of today's event. So. The 10 sig tornado threat is definitely small, I'll admit that. If I pull it up here, 10% risk, so small. It's because I guess the main tornado threat looks to be over there. It really depends. It could bust for the cap, but I'm just concerned about this generally. The only thing is the cap. That's the cap that's in place. So not a lot of activity right now, but you are there in this. You said 10% risk will be seen in Tennessee with Memphis in the bullseye. Yep. Okay, thanks, Chris. So, It's not a lot of activity right now, but you are. I don't even have my microphone. I'm just doing the audio from the laptop. All right, I just really hurt myself. So yeah, this is the risk for tornadoes today. If we look at the categorical day 1, is a big enhanced risk stretching from. It's actually portions of Little Rock is actually in the middle of this. I'm seeing now. Pine Bluff over towards Greenville, Memphis, Jackson, Jonesboro. Physical therapy tomorrow. Okay. Well, hope it's all right for you. I've done that before. And then slight risk goes all the way up to Paducah. Then the slight risk stretches all the way down to Alexandria, Shreveport, and those areas basically. So guys, 1 second. It's going to take me a little second to do this, but I'm going to update one of the live stream. Update the live stream. It's not showing it. Weird. It's not letting me change the look of it, but we'll have to deal with it. You get to view it all the time. You do. Especially for this time of year. Areas like my area in St. Louis, I'm not in St. Louis right now because I'm on vacation, obviously. But areas like my area in St. Louis, the moisture doesn't get really high enough to really support the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and the warm air. It never really gets here. So, as you can see, this would be the cold front moving in. As an example, cold front right here. And then the warm nose of air, actually, I'm going to put it differently. Cold front like here, and then the warm nose of air would say kind of just cutting south of St. Louis. And then, yeah, just kind of stay south of St. Louis. As an example, this would be the warm sector. And I would say south of St. Louis for this time of year. But once we get further into the year, it's going to push further north, and it's going to trend into these areas and even further towards the west. Tornado warning on December 10th, 2021. So did I. I had a high-end EF3 tornado that struck really close to my area, actually. I was under a confirmed tornado. All right. Okay, Chris. And if this gets a little iffy when the storm season kicks off, yeah. That was a crazy night. December 10th was a really crazy night. I'll admit that. If we look at the day 2 categorical outlook, this one, honestly, it's insane. This risk is massive. Here in India, you see tornadoes. Indiana, we see tornadoes. Last one I saw was Labor Day, 2019. Tornado warning. All right, we'll check that out in a second. I'm sorry, KJ. Nightbot did not let you spam cap. Nightbot hated when you put caps. I don't know how to change that, but tornado warning issued. We'll check that out in a sec. But first, I need to continue on this. We have a slight risk on severe weather in effect tomorrow. I'm going to try my best to go live. I think the main part of the event will be around 4 p.m. I don't know. I might be able to go live, might not. It really depends on my plans and how I'm busy. But Baton Rouge is under this, over towards Mobile, Hattiesburg, Meridian, Jackson, Montgomery, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Memphis is still under the slight risk for tomorrow. Nashville, Chattanooga, Evansville, Louisville, Lexington, Cincinnati, and over all the way towards Columbus and Dayton and Bloomington's under this threat. This enhanced risk gets really far north. Yes, the tornado warning was put out. And then if you look at the tornado categorical side of this, this is where tornado probabilities are expected along this area here. basically Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Meridian, Hattiesburg, and Tupelo is the main threat with a 10% chance for tornadoes. Yep. We'll look into models soon, but I have to get into in-depth because we have a tornado warning that the National Weather Service decided to put out here. So, yeah, tornado warning was issued. This is a radar-indicated threat. One sec, I'm going to go to my weather alert settings and adjust something. So yeah, tornado warning was issued by the National Weather Service here. If you guys are in, so this expires in 36 minutes. If you guys are in northwestern Johnston County, southeastern Garvin County, southwestern Pontotoc County, and Murray County in Oklahoma here, you need to take shelter because a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Big rotation, all right. Thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 7 miles east of Poolville. This is a tornado, and ping pong ball size hail is expected from this. So this is what we're paying attention to here. All right. So yeah, tornado warning, pretty decently big. This does include a populated town of Sulphur. I think it's decently populated town. For a town, it's decently populated. Rotation, it's not the strongest thing we've ever seen. We have very strong inbound winds, but the outbound winds aren't the strongest thing on this. So if we get some tightening on the outbound winds right here, because this is your inbound winds and your outbound winds here. This is your circulation. And these inbound winds are strong, but the outbound winds, on the other hand, are not the strongest thing. But we just need these outbound winds to strengthen a little bit more for this thing to really start rotating a ton here. We also have a little bit of rotation I'm looking at for the storm to the north of there, too, over towards Hart, this little storm right here. But this is the main thing I'm really concerned about, is this isolated embedded supercell here. That looks to me that it is forming. So we do have actually some storms close to the Memphis region right now to the south. If these storms do head through, they could take some of the energy out. But, yes, I have played Twisted on Roblox. So, yeah. But I don't think these storms here will really do much because there's still a cap in place. They're not really forecast to do a ton right now. But the further storms over towards midnight, I'm sorry, KJ, but for your area in Memphis, I won't be able to be live during this major threat. I'm going to bed. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get some sleep. I can only stay live for this part of it. Hey, Dad. So, yeah. This storm is pretty strong, to be honest. We have a little bit of hail on it over towards Hennepin, and then this little area of circulation right here. Yeah, I do watch Ryan Holiall sometimes too. Rotation, it's just kind of weird because the inbound winds are really strong, the outbound winds are weak. Yeah, because if you see these outbound winds are strong on the other hand, and then the inbound winds are really weak. Like, we need these inbound winds to get to these reds, these colors right here that I'm showing. I don't know if they're being shown on if it's shown because the capture might have cut it out a little bit. But, yeah. 3 thunderstorm warning still in effect with the tornado possible sign on at 1.25-inch hail and 70 miles an hour winds expected across this line. It's kind of a scattered line with embedded supercells within the line. On the northern side of this, on the other hand, it looks like the capabilities for this thing is a little bit dying a little bit. Up on the northern side, it's not very strong. Down here, it's a stronger threat. I'm going to put the red outline for the stronger threat would be down south down here. And then the weaker threat looks to be up here because it's just kind of scattered. It's kind of unorganized over here over towards the Tulsa area. Because I don't think the cap is still in place up here, and I think they've tried to break the cap across these areas, but I think most of the what is it called? Capabilities and stuff, and instability and moisture isn't getting this far up. But while we're doing this, we're gonna take a look at the models here. So we're gonna look at the H-R. 0Z is actually the one right now, so we're perfect. 0Z. This is kind of a bigger picture of the thing of it right now. I think that tornado may be dead. Yeah, luckily there's not a tornado on the ground with this, but I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of people in the stream because of the fact that a lot of other people are live. So it does look like we're not going to see a lot of strengthening in the storm with these cap in place. And then that cap starts to break around 11 p.m. Eastern time here. Eastern. Remember, this time date above here is in Eastern time. Actually, one sec. Yeah, the time and date up here is in Eastern time. So if for fellow Central Time people, just subtract it by an hour. So this would be around 10 p.m. is when this cap starts to break and you get these supercellular thunderstorms start to form across the Memphis region. Your line's still showing some big-time hailers around the southern Oklahoma region, and then some isolated supercells starting to form and amplifying over the Memphis area. A lot of random just crap vection and embedded supercells, really some supercells with this. If we do get enough supercells, this could be pretty bad, but it's kind of crazy. It shows even more supercells Thursday morning. This would be the second threat, so Memphis, your slight risk tomorrow. This would be kind of it here. But this one I don't really expect this one to be as strong as I do for tonight in these regions here. If we do look at the dew points, hello Chris. We looked at the dew points. Well, I never did that. You know what? I'm gonna update something on this live stream. Maybe I can. I don't know if I can. One sec. Maybe I can. I don't know. But I think this is your moisture. So when these storms really head into your area, for like Memphis, the strongest storms will be around here, around this area, and with your strong dew points, but the cold front's still behind. You're gonna get your line of storms ahead of the cold front. And then those are gonna be your storms around for tomorrow. That's why it's gonna be a little bit of a scatter line, because that's gonna be when the cold front heads through. But these strong storms you're gonna get are gonna be with the strong moisture ahead of the cold front. So, yep. All right, so Do I think tomorrow will be more severe? Maybe. Look at our significant tornado parameters being shown. They sure are pretty significant with the tornado parameters here. I'm kind of concerned about that, actually. Tomorrow's risk. Honestly, today looks a little bit more concerning. Remember, don't ask me, I could be wrong, because the cap could take over today and make it not as good of an event, and make tomorrow better, or tomorrow is worse because of the cap, and it really depends. But right now, today looks a little bit worse for the Memphis regions for today. All right. You looked at the instability. Huh?
I need the code here.
Code. Oh, code. Alright, guys, get back to this. I'll answer your chats in a second. I just have to do one thing. Alright, I can answer your chats now, guys. The tornado's weakening. Do you like cap? See, for my area, if we're talking cap, I want there to be storms, so I don't want there to be a cap. But if there's a big time zero weather day, then of course I want there to be a cap. Because I want there to be a cap for today. I want there to be a cap in place. I want it to fail. But, yeah, some definite instability is forecasted here. I can definitely see some of that instability. Instability isn't as strong for this SIG threat in Jackson, Birmingham. If we look at the 850 millibar winds, basically the winds at 850 millibars in the atmosphere, basically that lower level jet. During the main threats, we definitely have a low level jet that does seem to be amplifying there. For today's low level jet, though, it does look to be stronger over the Memphis regions. Stronger low level jet is what I'm concerned about. Storm relative helicity values. Definitely some helicity. And same thing for tomorrow too. Do I think tomorrow will be a bust? I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be a bust. I think there will definitely be some damaging winds. It's the tornado threat that I'm still a little bit uncertain about. Tornado threat is what I'm a little bit uncertain about. If we look at the supercell composite, definitely there. Now let's compare this with the name 3 kilometer model. And look at this now. Looks like it's still updating for this. Man, name 3 kilometer wants to bust today's event with reflectivity. But it still does show some strong storms, but it's not the strongest thing. And I can definitely see that. But we can't just look at reflectivity. We have to look at the other stuff too. We have to look at the low level jet here. That is actually strong. We do have a strong low level jet. I'm concerned about the 1 a.m. midnight 11 type times. All right, KJ. Just make sure you have notifications and have that weather radio on so it wakes you up if anything happens. So, yeah. And then now if we look at the, let's look at the severe weather risk for today. So this is the risk. Obviously, we've already looked at it actually, so I don't know what I'm saying. But still, this mental scale discussion effect. I do think it 100% tornado watch will be issued today. Wonder Woman watches will probably be needed. So yeah, tornado watch will probably be issued. Here, but it depends when it will be issued. That's what's depends. And then we do have a concerning severe thunderstorm watch for large hail and damaging winds expected. Still ongoing. Tomorrow, still that convective outlook. I don't think much will change with this convective outlook for tomorrow, but some stuff could change. Let's really look at the models for tomorrow. So we're gonna view this 00Z HRRR model run. Yeah, Indiana actually. One sec. I'll go back to this. Indiana for tomorrow. Extreme South Indiana looks to be the main threats for extreme Southeast Indiana. So if you're in extreme Southeast Indiana, that's your only hopes for severe weather. Or maybe dislikes and you don't want it, but seems like, I don't know. With this here. If you go back to Omega, and we'll look at the reflectivity. Omega. For tomorrow, HRRR with the reflectivity is kind of concerning. In the general thunder category in Noblesville. Okay, so yeah, I don't think it's going to be that bad for you. General thunder, you're probably North Indiana. I don't think you're going to be much concerning. I can search up Noblesville, Indiana on Omega. Noblesville, Indiana, United States. Oh, you're actually just north of Indianapolis. You could get some isolated showers and thunderstorms, but I do not think these will be very strong. Because if we look at the dew points, on the other hand, for tomorrow, I think 2 p.m. is your best bet. The moisture isn't very high, but I think 2 p.m. around that time, Eastern time, actually. So 1 p.m., noon, 1 p.m., those times to 2. Noon to 2 is probably your best bet for severe weather. Okay, new tornado. Is probably your best bet. Something I really haven't mentioned is there's going to be a big time snow risk on the backside. Yeah, a lot of snow. There's 2 tornado warnings now, so that's pretty concerning. We'll go back to that soon. But yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about this for soon. A little bit concerned about this tornado threat. A little bit concerned now. We'll have to looking at the reflectivity. I think so. I might go to Oklahoma tomorrow to chase. Well, if you're gonna go to Oklahoma tomorrow, I don't think Oklahoma's getting much of a severe weather risk. Because today's their only bet for severe weather. So if you were looking to chase somewhere, you'd probably be going southern Indiana for your closest area to chase at into North Kentucky for your closest chase if you don't want to drive a ton. But yeah, for the northern side of this, on the other hand, there still could be some isolated tornadoes near Nashville and Louisville up there. Looks to have a little bit of activity possible. And then kind of weakens out once we get past this time. Still a little bit strong down here, but around 8 p.m., if you're in Knoxville, it just kind of weakens off a little bit from this reflectivity. Hello. You say you received a storm warning for northeast Illinois. So that's something I was talking about, northeast Illinois. So if you look at the NDFD forecast, we're gonna switch this to winter weather. You received a storm warning. So basically what you're receiving right now is a potential winter storm warning in effect. And if we switch this to home, one sec. This is what you're seeing. So North Indiana, northeast actually. So northeast would probably be kind of hard to tell where the line between being in Indiana and being in Chicago, being in but what am I saying? Being in Wisconsin and being in Illinois. But I think just north of Rockford is the line. Yeah, this is kind of it. And stuff. So North Indiana, I think you'd be around the Rockford area. Winter storm warning, total accumulations of 4 to 7 inches are expected. Rochelle, same thing, 4 to 7 inches. I think you'd be close to the northeast Illinois. If you're in Chicago, then it's a winter weather advisory right now of 1 to 3 inches. Because it looks like it'll be a little bit more of a mix down here because it stays a little bit too warm on the warmer side. But Waukegan over towards Kenosha, Marengo, Algonquin, and Freeport and Rockford has that potential risk for those storms. So for winter storm warning, look at that line of winter storm warnings. Kind of crazy to look at that site. If anybody else wants to know what's going to go on for their area, I literally will just tell you on the stream what can happen what will happen. So, what's going to go on, basically. So. Yeah, if we look back at this risk, two different tornado warnings are now in effect. Yeah, 2 tornado warnings. You're welcome. I'm hoping, if I was saying it right for your location, because I'm not really totally sure, but I'm hoping it's around the Rockford to Waukegan and Marengo and areas, if I'm right, or maybe over towards Elgin and Evanston, but I think that would be north of Chicago. So we do have 2 different tornado warnings. One tornado warning over here and one tornado warning there. This tornado warning is in effect if you're in Sulphur, Roth, you are under a tornado warning. And then another tornado warning is in effect for Ada and Bing. And then Pickett over towards Steedman and Sass. And Sasakwa. And then over towards Gertie. That is in Oklahoma here. So, 2 different tornado warnings. Pretty concerning. If you are in Bing and Ada, you need to take shelter immediately. So basically, if you're in southeastern Seminole County, northern Pontotoc County, and southwestern Hughes County in Oklahoma here, you need to be taking shelter because you have a tornado warning. In fact, this thing is heading straight for Ada here. Rotation's all right. It's a little bit broad. and not the strongest we've ever seen. But this is heading towards the northeast, so stay safe if you're in these areas and take shelter immediately if you're in Ada in Oklahoma here. I do not think we have a tornado with this, but yeah. So take shelter. Make sure you take shelter if you're in Sulphur, Dolberg, Roth, and Hickory. In southeastern Oklahoma too, as we do have a different tornado warning. There's an airport in Ada. Wow. All right. Ada Municipal Airport, to be specific. All right. Northwestern Johnston, southeastern Garvin, southwestern Pontotoc, and Murray counties. Those areas in Oklahoma, you need to be taking shelter now. Just to the south of Sulphur. Inbound winds are weak. Inbound winds are strong, but outbound winds are weak. So in general, the rotation's kind of mid right now. Not very strong, not very weak. It's kind of weak rotation, I'd say. Not the strongest thing ever. So we'll pay attention to this, but it's not really very concerning at the moment. But we will definitely be paying attention to this here on the channel. No poor. 100%, definitely. Alright. I might not be live for a little bit longer, because I'm getting kind of tired. So maybe about 5 to 10 more minutes, and then we'll end our stream. Sorry guys, I know you want to see me live for longer because more of the activity is going to happen later. But I just can't, just a kid, so I can't really wake all night and stuff. You know the deal. So yeah, if you're in Sulphur, still be taking shelter. Ada, Bing, still need to remain in your safe spots. This is your tornado warning. Rotation on the Ada storm is a little bit stronger than the Sulphur storm, in my own opinion. Luckily, there's no tornado on the ground with this, but they issue these warnings. Alright. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. I do need to get sleep. Definitely. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Yankee 35. So, yep. Yeah, because I'm also on vacation, so. All right. You'll be here anytime. Thanks. Your weather. Oh, KJ, you're still awake, huh? Your weather radio is going to go off tonight, potentially, actually. Oh, something concerning. There's a special weather statement heading towards Memphis right now. Looks like the storm strengthened a little bit, but they're still not very strong. Special weather statement heading towards Memphis, just the northeast. Yeah, true. I am dedicated to what I do. Yep. So that is those storms heading towards the Memphis area. I'm concerned about that. Special weather statement, basically 40 miles an hour winds and PSAT hail. So not a very strong storm, but that could strengthen a little bit. But I do think that later tonight, storms are going to be way more significant than this threat right now. So basically, before I end my live stream, it's be a thunderstorm watch, still in effect, so be prepared. For everybody that's prepared tonight, I did not see that get issued. Yeah, true. By the way, KJ, I will talk about this weather in the Twitter group chat, but I will have to end my stream. So, to contribute this, still take shelter if you're in Ada, Bing, and Sulfur and Roth at the moment. Still have some rotation on it and some rotation in Ada too. So that's definitely concerning. But to end the stream off here tonight, if you're in Memphis, if you're in Little Rock, Shreveport, especially Memphis, Greenville, Pine Bluff, and Jackson, especially, you need to be extremely prepared tonight. Make sure to have a weather radio on, have a plan, and be prepared. If tornado warning gets issued for your areas, there's a 10 sig threat for strong tornadoes tonight. So make sure you have a weather radio or a phone notification, etc. for this threat. Yeah, you'll keep an eye on that. I will too. I'll keep an eye on it too. And then for tomorrow's risk, if you're in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Meridian, Hattiesburg, and Tupelo, especially, you need to be very weather aware for tornadoes tonight. I meant tomorrow. And but even there's an isolated tornado threat over towards Fort Smith, Little Rock, over towards Shreveport, Monroe, and Jackson in this potential threat here. So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on this, guys. See, I'll be able to check it out tomorrow, but today I will have to go because I will have to go to bed. And it kind of sucks that this is a late night event. I was hoping it would be more of like a 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock type thing, but nope, it is not. But we do have those storms heading towards Memphis, Tennessee that I will be keeping an eye on, and these 2 tornado warnings that are in southern Oklahoma with those tornado warnings for Bing, Ada, and Sulphur and Roth, with those rotations still ongoing. So, I do hope you are staying safe in these areas. We're going to end our stream now. Hope everybody did enjoy this stream. And bye, guys. Sorry it was really long. Sorry it wasn't the longest stream ever. Only 40 minutes. Yeah, man, I think I'm crazy. 40 minutes is quite a while. Not for me.